Well, hello folks. We made it through yet another rainy night here at the camp, and I am on my way down to try my hand at catching some trout this morning. Got another heavy downpour last night, but the river still looks about like it has been since we got here, about the same level. And tell you the truth, it's not that much dirtier considering the rain we've had. So I'm going to go give them a try this morning. Path is getting overgrown. Need to come down here with a machete and cut this back a little bit. I think I'm going to go fish the bend just downstream of the eddy. Most of the places I normally fish, the water's too high to actually get to them properly. But that's what makes it an adventure. It don't always work out according to the way you plan. But we will make do. All right there is a shot of the place I normally tenkara fish at. That waterfall right there is normally about a 2 to 3 foot drop, and as you can see, you may have 6 inches. Much as I despise bait fishing for them, that is what we're going to be doing today. I've got my shrimp with me. I've got my ultralight rod. This is a Tech Light made for field and stream. This is a 6 foot ultralight, and teamed up with my Quantum optics reel and 15-pound power line braid, 15-pound power line braid. My setup, I've got a number 4 owner tournament circle hook, 12-pound test leader, barrel swivel. We got a bead and a 1/2-inch egg sinker, rig Carolina style. That's how we normally bait fish for the trout down here. This little setup seems to work well for us. I was excited that my wife was able to land her first fish on tenkara yesterday. And while bait fishing, she landed her about a 14-inch rainbow as well. So hats off to the Babaloo, that little redhead, for striking first on the trout and for getting her first fish on tenkara. Matter of fact, her first catch ever on tenkara was a double. Two fish at once, so really excited about that for her. Maybe that'll get her hooked on tenkara. That is also the first fish ever caught on one of my own hand-furled lines. Those hand-furled lines are anywhere from $13 to $28, depending on the length that you buy. And I made her a 12-footer there that cost me in the neighborhood of $2.50 to $3. So that's pretty exciting. Here we are. River's stained, but considering the amount of rain we got, it's really not too awful bad. Got my new Caddis Northern Guide Series bootfoot waders on right now with the zippered front. And first blush on these, folks, I highly recommend them. They are comfortable. The front zipper makes it easy to get on, get off, or access inside, or let some air in. It is wonderful. I'm a big fan of Caddis waders to start with. All right, we're at our starting point for the day. Let's get baited up here. I love the early morning fish. This is my favorite time of day to fish. My son Canaan and his family was supposed to come join us this week, but the rain has changed their plans. I don't know if they're going to try to make it a little later this week, but they bowed out on the early part of the week, and I can't blame them. He don't get as much vacation per year as I do. I can afford to burn a couple rain days and still have enough vacation to make it worthwhile. First cast of this fine morning here. Let's see what we can do. And we got a fish right off the bat, folks. Praise the Lord. One cast and one rainbow trout. Look at that. Oh, doing a tail walk for us. All right, little buddy. You slung my shrimp off, you little rascal. All right. Beautiful. That's a good way to start the morning. And off he goes. Hooked in the corner of the mouth and released unharmed. Good start to the morning, folks. My son Canaan loves bait fishing these trout. He just loves catching trout. Well, I just dropped that shrimp in the water before I got to put it on the hook. Mr. Clumsy this morning. Check for splatters here. This is more like it. All right, you can see that current seam right there, or hopefully you can. try to throw it up into the current and then have it drift down and hit that seam and settle in. That's the game plan. Bite. He's tapping on it. Oh, he had it. Let go of it. Had it and let go of it again. And he's on. Fish on. This one feels like a decent one here. About like the other one. About like the other and just gamey. Look at that pretty rainbow trout. Turn around here for a good picture here. All right. There we go. Thank you, buddy. Throw it out and then catch up with your slack so you can keep a tight line as it drifts downstream. You got to feel every little move that might be doing. Your bites normally come, of course they can bite it at any time, but normally come when you start hitting that current seam. He's after it. He's after it. And he's on it. Fish on. Yes, sir. Right when it drifts out of the swift water, we got a little drag pulling here into the current seam is normally when that bite occurs. Oh yeah. All right, he got that one down a little deeper. Let's take a look and see what we got here. All right, what we got here is a 13-inch. 13-inch rainbow. One thing you got to make sure on these circle hooks that the point is exposed on them. If that point is not exposed, you will not hook your fish. Oh, he had it. Let go of it. Get it out of that weed bed. Might have got that shrimp. Nope, it's still on there. All right, folks, we're hooked up again. Good fight on this one. Another beautiful. Boy, I don't know if you can see the colors on this one, but the back on this one is aquamarine teal color. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful fish here. See what we got. 14-inch rainbow right there, folks. Hook right in the corner of the mouth, right like we like it. Hook's out. Fish is still in good shape. Look at that. 14-incher right there, folks. If you'll let me hold him for a second before I turn him loose. Look at that. That is a beaut. And unharmed back into the water. Right like we like it. I don't eat as much trout as I used to, so we turn most of them loose. Sometimes they'll get a hook down too deep, and we'll keep from having them die out in the water. But I do have a few buddies that like them, and I will take them some from time to time. But for the most part, I am here for the catching. There he is. He's on. Oh, shaking that head. Good fight on this one. Loving the colors on these fish today. All right, there we go. What we got here? That is another 14-inch rainbow trout, folks. Let him get his bearings, and then we'll let him swim right out of the net. Right there. Wonderful. It just takes a pinch of these shrimp. This is a size small shrimp here, and I'm getting 3 baits out of 1 shrimp. I tried going short on the cast, and it wasn't really reaching where the fish are currently, so that long cast is what's working this morning. Yeah, he was eating on it, but he didn't swallow it. Try to get it down to the one that's a little more hungry. What do you think? By the way, that last fish, had I been keeping them, would have been my limit already in the first 25 minutes of the morning. You're allowed 5 trout per day per person. Being time releasing them all, I can catch all I want here. Like I said, if I do injure one that I think's not going to make it, I will keep him. We'll have him for breakfast or take him to one of my buddies or even take him home. I have tried a recipe where I leave the skin on the trout and I put lemon wedges and butter inside the body cavity. Then I bury them in kosher salt and put them in the smoker and smoke them that way, encased in salt. And then it causes that salt to encase that fish while it's cooking, and it infuses a little bit of salt into the fish, but not so much that it tastes briny like you would think, because you take the skin off. And when you do, the bulk of the salt comes off. But you do have a really good flavor to that fish, and we like eating them like that every so often. I said this was 15-pound power line. I believe I told you wrong. I believe this is 8. I believe I found some 8. Oh, I thought I had that one. He was really belting it, but he turned it loose. Didn't quite get it swallowed. There he is. He's hitting it. Oh, and he turned it loose again. Notice I don't do a snapback hook set with these hooks. These hooks are designed with the point curved in toward the shank. I don't know if for those of y'all unfamiliar with a circle hook, if you look real close, that hook point is pointed in toward the shank. These are made to slide through the fish's mouth cavity, and they're made just to hang on the corner of the mouth. You see, and these don't hang as often as a normal hook because of that bent-in hook point. So they're made to slide through the mouth and then just catch right in the corner of the mouth as it's coming out of the mouth. And as a result, most of your hook sets are in the corner of the mouth. But getting back to why I told you that, with them designed that way, if you was to snap back soon as they hit, like you do bass fishing or anything like that, you will jerk that hook right out of their mouth without it ever penetrating. It's got to have time to work its way slowly through that mouth. That's a hang there. A lot of times that sinker will hang on a rock that's sticking up. That's why it's really important to hook the fish when he bites. Here we go, fish on. Real important to keep your line tight so you can feel what's going on with your bait. That looks like another 13 or so incher. Oh, showing out for the cameras. Look at that. And he ain't done yet, folks. There we go. Oh my, what a fight. He woke up when he got close to the net, didn't he? And that one is a 13 incher. I called that on the nose, folks. All right, be still, buddy. There we go. Right in the corner of the mouth, just like we talked about. All right. Now, when them fish turn upside down, they're disoriented. You got to get them right side up so they'll swim off. All right, now he's starting to show a little spunk. I'll just dip that net down, and when he's ready, he'll swim off. Oh boy. For all of y'all that are working today, my hat's off to you. Wish you were here. During all this coronavirus mess that's been going on, I work for a utility, a sewer agency, and we are one of them there called essential workers, so I hadn't had any time off as far as being furloughed, which I'm one of the fortunate to have a job where I didn't have to miss any work. My heart goes out to those that that's not the case, who's been furloughed or laid off, or folks, just hang in there. It'll get better. We can just get these states open back up and back to business. We will eventually recover. There's another fish. Oh, look at the head shaking on that one. Look at that rod tip, folks. He got something stuck in his face and is not happy about it. And another about that size there. 12 and a half, 12 and 3/4, 13 maybe. I think that's probably closer to the 12, 12 and a half range there maybe. We'll see once we get him in the measure net. Boy, he's squirrely. Look at that. Yeah. Be still, I'm trying to get a measurement. Being shy. That's actually 13. That's a 13. He just looked a little smaller. All right, buddy. Hold still and I'll get you loose. Yeah, I'm sorry. There we go. Get turned over there. There he goes. I like these measure nets, but I used it when I was doing some crankbait fishing, and them treble hooks don't like it. That real fine mesh, it's hard to get them treble hooks out of them once they get in there. I like my silicone trout nets a lot better as far as that aspect of it. This is a pretty good morning, folks. 7 rainbows in the first half hour or so. All for your viewing pleasure. Shame I can't enjoy this. You know I'm being silly now. There must be a boulder straight out from me out there, because twice now I've tangled up into something right there. All right, we're hooked up again, folks. I just had tied that new hook on and baited up. This is my first cast since I tied that hook on, and here we are. Got one on. Another rainbow. Sure would like to see me a brown trout this trip. Oh, that's a dandy. That's a dandy. In the net. That is a pretty fish right there. That pink is almost orange there. And we have got us 14.5 incher. We just lacked a half inch, being 15 inches there. Wow. All right, buddy, hold on a second. Let me get that out of your face. There we go. Terrible time hanging on to that hook right all of a sudden. There it is. It's out of him. If he'll let me, I'd like to get that one in my hand before I turn him loose. That is oh, he released himself. He said nothing doing. Camera shy trout right there. All right, well, at least I got a picture of him before he released himself. I sure do love watching them trout swim off, though. There he is. We're hooked again. Trout number 9. Need to go back and get my wife down here while they're biting good before it starts filling up with fishermen. That's probably the smallest one this morning, and still a decent fish. Yep, that is the smallest one I've caught. That's a 12-incher right there. And he already throwed the hook. Look at that. All right. Pretty rainbow trout. Look at there, folks. Ain't that a beaut? Let's watch him swim off here. I love it. Oh boy, that hit like a freight train right there. I hope you got to see that rod go down when he hit it. All right, in the net. And we're looking at a 13.5-incher right there. Right. That is a beaut. And he was ready right off the bat. You know what? I think I'm going to go try to get my wife to come join me. She's not much on early morning fishing. Maybe I can coax her out. This is Papa Bear with Papa Bear Outdoors. Hopefully we'll be back with the Babaloo right here in a few moments. God bless you, folks.